bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politricks, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Yeah, DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. Politics, politricks, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. Politics, politricks, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. America. Come listen my show. On the economy I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed. You know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the economy I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name. Please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the economy I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I
So let me say good evening and thanks for joining me. Good evening and thanks for joining me. Why I thought that I could just talk with my microphone all the way over one next place. So we're here, and this is going to be my final show for this year on live, that is on Vibes Corner, and also live on my YouTube channel. If you're watching or listening at other location, I still am disappointed because I'm ending the year still under 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're watching now and if you want me to have a Merry Christmas, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go over to YouTube and type in DP Live. It's DP, D as in Damien, P as in Phillips, Live, Live. And that's all the Christmas gift I'm asking for. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please, 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 please subscribe. You don't even have to hit the notification bar, although I want you to. But please just subscribe to my channel. Yeah, because they might troll me and I say me not even have 5,000 subscribers. And because them have more, what I mean? I don't know to beg. Like I'm trying it. It's not working. I'm not a beggar. So I'm asking you, please, if you're listening on Vibes Corner Radio or anywhere else, because we know from time to time there are people who they find good things and they choose to share it on um their sites, their pages, whatever it is. So if you're listening right now and it's not on the official channel, as in it's not on Vibes Corner Radio. Remember, Vibes Corner Radio is out of Connecticut, and they cover New York, all that area. The biggest, baddest, hottest thing right now, talking about Jamaican culture, Jamaican music. So let me welcome my uh, TikTok viewers. And again, TikTok kind of not TikToking the way I want it to be TikToking. So I'm using my hey Kerry. I'm using my phone as just normal. But if you want to see my studio setup, with my nice VCR banner in the backdrop and all of that, you can go over to YouTube and just typing and search for DP Live. So I'm happy. I'm not one of those persons that show happiness on my face. I even have complaints from you know, intimate partners who they were like, I don't even know when you're enjoying it because your face just look, you don't make noise. And that's for a different topic. But yeah, that's me. But I'm happy. Why am I happy? I'm happy because the last time Jamaica recorded, and I have to use TikTok language because I'm not on TikTok. The last time Jamaica experiencing unaliving under 700 was some 34 years ago. I know people that I am in discourse with every day or daily that either barely 34 or a little bit past 34 or almost 34. That's 3 decades. Like that's phenomenal. And some people are saying talk about only the positive, and they use that to weed out the negative. But I like to use analogy, and one that just came to my mind, and let me put it on the record. I am not a medical practitioner, but this analogy just came to my mind. How is it that a medical practitioner can treat you for something that they have no idea what it is? It's impossible. There are some generic drugs that, if you think that this is the problem, then you can say, let's go with this. You know what I mean? But you have to know what you're treating for it to be effective. I have a friend that told me that when she used to work night shift, and I don't know which true this is, so if this is not straight across the board, please forgive me. But they say, especially you have some old people on your shift, and them just every minute I call you, ring the bell and all of these things. Oh, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. They say they get some TikTok. No, I said that wrong. What is that thing that that minty thing? It's not TikTok. Don't tell me say it's TikTok. What is it? That minty thing, that little white, whatever it is. There's some tucks up my thing, some tick something. I don't know. I'm getting old. I can't remember nothing. Yeah, I suffer from CRS. Yeah, don't ask me what that is. I'm not going to tell. It's an inside joke. But anyways, I don't Google it either. So they'll have them. What is up name? Somebody comment and tell me what name the man. But they pour them in a regular looking pill jar bottle, whatever you know it as. And when the patient asks for painkiller, they will just, you know, knock out a couple of them in their hand. And at times I ask them how much they want. They're like, I want four. I give them the four of them. Yep. No painkiller. Only thing that possible do is change the smell of their breath. Nothing else. But the point I'm making is you have to know what you're challenging. So from about when was it? I don't want to tell any lie. A little while back, there's a politician on the opposition side who have been trying his best to just throw cold water on the work that has been doing. And I remember this individual, and I'm trying to close the year on a good note. So me I try not call nobody name. If it slip out, so it go. This person, I can recall saying that the government doesn't have any crime plan. Government has no crime plan. And I'm leaving here 11 o'clock tonight. I mean 10 o'clock. So, hey Siri, please alarm at 10 p.m. Good. I'm leaving here at, you're about leaving, like, I know me had me there. Yeah, thank God for technology. But anyways, so this person was saying their government has no crime plan. And I used to question it and I said to myself, self, what is a crime plan? And then I say self, and then I answer self, and I say, a crime plan are methods or strategies to deal with crime. So then I say, so self, I think myself smarter than me, so when more on professional advice, my reason with self. May I say, so if you did a one criminal and a government publish their crime plan, you'd have consider that the government they have no sense? And self said, no. Mad thing that. So when I hear them saying the government must produce the crime plan, I say, them people are, them lick them head or Simone, they're not joining me tonight. See, this is why this is the last show for the year, because After last week, nobody didn't really pay mine with nothing. But big up my TikTok crew, big up my TikTok people. Them, me soon they hear, me say the art them a go up, so that mean you not tap up the screen. And you have something named power tap. What that? When you go so boom boom and press it all per time. Yeah. Now on the power tap, man, on a roast tap, because I mean, it's a roast fast, you know. I don't know what true it is. That's what I've heard. Yeah. So, what would be the point? Let me get serious now. What would be the point for the government publishing a crime strategy, crime plan? Why? I heard of a police officer, crime fighter, who, when he was serving the JCF and Jamaica, when he was going on a raid, I don't know what true it is because I've never interviewed him, never spoke to him, but this is when I grew up my ear. When they were going out, they will meet, like say at Armand Barracks or whatever, 4:30 in the morning, 3:30, whatever time. And he would have confiscated all the cell phones because I've heard of, I don't know what true it is again, that there were time when curfews were supposed, not curfew, because with curfew you have to publish it and announce it and all of these things, which again, this is why I'm not in law enforcement, because I can't see the sense of publishing that you're going to have a curfew. Like, you know, tell the same people them why you go try to capture, say, run go somewhere else. But anyway, that's that. So whenever it was going on a raid, that's a term, not curfew. Whenever this crime fighter was going on a raid, he would take away all the cell phones from the officers and lock them up and when them come back because it was said that there were police who would share the information that raid are go on in whichever area. And I don't disbelieve because I used to live next to a church and I remember one night, I think they were having crusade or whatever they call it, convention or something, one day convention, which to me was just a money making thing. Line a rally, not convention, rally. And me want to sleep, either kill me, all of these things. And I call the station. Lie again, it was crusade. And the preacher was a visitor. Never see him yet, don't know him nor nothing. But shortly after hanging up with the police of Port Antonio, which I hope those days are gone, long gone, because all per years me I tell them about, not nothing recent. Maybe some good 10, 12 years ago. And as soon as I got off the phone, I could hear the preacher man saying, me I warn you, warning you, pick up that phone again against the man of God and see if they not take you out to take you out to your house and stretcher. Doctor could all pronounce you unalive before you reach hospital. I mean, I say, nobody can tell me, say, I know the police will take the phone call one of the church brother them what she know got the church, and tell them, say, me call and a complain. Yeah. So that experience that I had caused me to believe that, yes, you did have some unscrupulous players in the JCF, which I want to believe that those days are over. So this is why we could have a shooting and the same afternoon, shortly after them got unalive people, the police can intercept and take out or take out who fi take out. So if you're just joining me, let me say good evening and welcome. I'm looking at this thing that every well-thinking human being, every Jamaican supposed to be celebrating. And you have to be older than 40 to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. 91, somewhere near there. 94, 91, somewhere near there. That was the last time Jamaica recorded under 700. So we're at 600 and something right now. And we have seen the change. We have seen the difference. And it never started this year. because it start declining before this year. And I heard in the news today that the commissioner is saying, listen, we're ending on a high and we're going into the New Year's with the same strategy. So, Mr. Minister of Security, that was robbed in the safest parish in Jamaica. Sir, I want to say thanks to you for praying for divine intervention. Me I do go so far now call nobody name. Oh, nobody now comment on YouTube. Like see comment, you know. Comment man, let me see you comment them. Yeah, this man prayed for divine intervention. And I hear the Labourite saying, and Jeholdness is the divine intervention that he was praying for. So, whatever you want to say or take it as, this is not, but there are people out there, and that is what I was getting at when I say people saying, I shouldn't. Mr. Val is here. There are people saying that DP, don't repeat these things, don't play them, don't give them wings. But the analogy that I used a while ago, a doctor cannot make a prescription, write a prescription, or administer any form of medication unless he's guessing. And in my field, they tell us that, listen, you should not guess, you should test. You understand? So when I go at a furnace that is not heating, I don't guess. And I've had customer try to, even on the phone, when I say, well, I get your call, I'm on my way, and they're saying, oh, this is what is happening, what you think? And I say, no. I don't even need to be thinking over the phone. I'm on my way. And if it's something that I can fix while I'm there, definitely I will fix it. We test, we don't guess. And I think that's exactly what the police force did this year and previous. Surgically removing. And somebody did the math today, you know. And you guys can do the math yourself. If 300 of those, I don't even want to style them because they're still somebody's loved one. But just do the quick math. If 300 of those unalive, say 2 to 3, or put it to 5, easy number to calculate, people per year, just imagine where it would be. So the argument is, and I hear some people trying to link what the JCF has done with what one of the most powerful leader in the world right now is doing, and some people reporting saying it's in the Caribbean Sea. Some is saying it's international waters near the Caribbean Sea. You have to be of an unsound mind to link the police force to an action that is reported that they accuse a vessel of smuggling narcotics into their country, and they use drone or whatever missile to blow up the boat, unaliving everybody. Couple cases we hear of people being rescued. Tell me where in Jamaica you hear that the JCF, because I don't think, not the JCF, the JDF, I don't think JCF have things to blow up now. JDF has though. Tell me one raid or one, what them call it? I'm going to call it mission, that has been carried out and them just blast up one house or one car or whatever. None. So I'm going to put my conscience out there. And this was always my take. I see this unaliving in Jamaica like a scale. So I want to say you have law-abiding citizens who have been unalived by criminals, and you have criminals that is reported being unalived by the police. Now, I keep on hearing people repeating this, and I've been witnessing it. A lot of people don't know the power they have in their phone, in their hands, in their palm. So I find myself repeating this, that you cannot call police shooting murder. You cannot. You cannot. And maybe I should get somebody in law enforcement or was in law enforcement to explain that. But that's at another time. Not now. So I hear people saying, up to last night I was on a live, saying that no, 600 and something plus 300 and something, and then bump it up to 7, which is under 7, 600 and something. They're saying we still lose over 1,000 people. And I ask myself, why is it there is a certain party that always seems like they're batting for people who have not made no form of contribution to our society? You remember growing up and seeing on the television, once there was a police shooting, roadblocks, tires being burnt in the street, amongst other things. Now, the JCF number is 300 or thereabouts. Please, somebody, make a post and tag me in demonstrations carrying out. I'm not saying that there aren't any, because there was one that all of the talk show hosts them, oh, we know that they're supporters of the opposition. Let me just call it what it is. They made a big thing about one of the shootings where they say the young man went to the door and you could see him on the camera with him hands up, empty hands, nothing. And then the police report said that when they went in the room to carry out a search, he pulled a firearm and, of course, met his demise. I think a lot of these gunmen have been listening to the Prime Minister when he say, the choice is yours. Either you meet your maker or the other way around. Either you choose to meet a judge, or your maker. Choose to meet a judge or your maker. And these 300 men have made that choice. So, let me try to go down in the street downtown. Uno aga lego off of the Prime Minister and the police them. Shirt. Yeah. Uno aga leg off of them. Because when the rate was going northernly, Uno did a call upon Prime Minister. And I have recordings of more than one that have been trolling, and let me admit it, yes. Come here and I'm talking afraid for call me name now, so you just refer me as JLP troll. Yes, sir. I have been trolling you to expose the condition of your brain. And I realize, I see even Rusty made a reel. Big up yourself, Rusty, yesterday. Pointing out the rubbish coming out of this individual mouth. Yes. Tell them, DP. Big up, Catty. Yeah. I have recordings. We have been calling for crime plans. When the Prime Minister shared his wish to have the entire Jamaica, not just a set or a few, like, of course, my beautiful parish, Portland, sleeping with their windows and doors open. They jeer him, they mock him, they laugh at him. And I said to myself, these people really mean Jamaica any good? What is wrong with somebody having wishes to say, I want to see the day? Remember Martin Luther said, Martin Luther had a dream. So you're telling me that he shouldn't dream? That one day a black man would rule the world and live in the White House where we see him one slave, or we're enslaved, we're enslaved, made. And they laugh at him and they mock. When last year one of them say it? When last year one of them tried to make even a joke about sleeping with windows and door open? They can't. Currently they have eggs on their faces. So they're trying to put spin to it. The question was asked on VG live last night to some comrade, asking them if this administration should get any recognition or praises for crime rate dropping significantly all across the board, shooting down, murder down. And none of them could bring themselves to say yes. They couldn't. This one gave a response to say, it is welcoming. Now, how 420 something life comparing to last year were spared by the hard work of the police and the ruling government, and all you can say, it is welcoming? No, man. What is welcoming is when you go to a dealership to purchase a 2026 vehicle and your sales rep said to you that, you know what, just because it's Christmas, I'm going to give you a 15% discount. That is welcoming. Yes, man. Those are the little things that you say is welcoming. But to say it is welcoming that 400 and something people life spare. Another one response was, I don't believe the numbers. No, I can tell you people. And this is why I need to figure out this thing to get my computer to run TikTok studio so I can utilize my phone. Part is his laziness because I should have sent them over so I can play them here. There are people in the media, both traditional and social media, who they're operatives of the PNP. They're operatives of the opposition. And the best way to get people to hate somebody or an organization, a movement to get into disbelief is just spew it. Just even sound like you're questioning it. That alone is sufficient for some people. So be warned. If you haven't heard it yet, you hear it now. They are PNP who are questioning the numbers. I heard one last week saying in his community alone, he knows of about 15 people being unalived. And when somebody asked him, so have you reported it to the police? Him said no. So that is something else that they're trying to push a narrative to say the data is incorrect. The numbers being published is not correct. And I said to myself, make it make sense. How when we hear 1,459, and I'm just putting out that number, you come down and you cost the government. You have no crime plan. You cannot bring down the crime. There's something else I want to talk about, although I'm not a criminologist. But the said brother is saying, look at it. I told you that SOE didn't do nothing. And I saw or I view the SOE like, and sorry to use this analogy, but like a poison. So you have some rodents in your house and you want to get rid of them. Those of you welcoming people for Christmas and all of this. So you set some little pies around the house. When I was living in Jamaica, I used to have a problem with them. Nothing bigger than about this. Little mice coming in the house. And I was introduced to a rat poison that dry out the rat them. So when them eat it and run, go eat up in a somewhere, you don't have to worry yourself. Because when you find it, you're not going to find nothing what stink up it. Remember back in the days, rat poison, when you use them and when the rat them eat it, them stink up the whole house. That is how you will find them. Technology has improved. So them have one way when the rat them eat it, it just dry them out. So enough of the time them is your cleaning now that you're doing and you're going underneath the beds and all of these things and shift the stove and the refrigerator and this. Anybody that's one of the fun of cleaning, right? No, just regular dust off the dresser. And, yeah. So that is when you find them. And that is how I interpret the SOE. It's like a seed that was planted. Let me try to use a more positive analogy then. You plant a seed today, former Minister of Security, because I'm not calling a name tonight. If you know, you know. The SOE was like planting of a seed. And it's not the same day that you plant a seed, you end up reaping. Even if it's 6 weeks crops. Crop. Yeah, I say scraps. Crop. I kind of like the farming thing and I can't wait for next year again. While my color load them ready and I have my pumpkin wrap up in a. Is it true? I asked it last week and nobody answer. Is it true that when you plant, and sorry, this is how my brain works. When you plant pumpkin in newspaper, the pumpkin come pretty. That's as my mother said. But yes, so Mr. Well-known former minister of security. But you see, anybody try to fool themselves that the opposition, we should really give credence to what they say. I wonder what they used to think. Because I don't know no opposition that will find positive things to say. And let me dig up an issue that I believe caused the PMP to lose the election September 3rd. They came up with a plan to use the same people them we used to tell our kids that no schoolers. And you then home and you wait for your picnic to come home. Night, 8, 9 o'clock. And that party was saying, what we're going to do, we're going to give taxpayer money to them people here for transport with Pitney. Contrast that against the Minister of Transportation made a pledge to the Prime Minister that, listen, come September 2025, whether we form the government, yes or no, Jamaica will have a national rural school bus system. So tell me, which well-thinking Jamaican would not want to have a dedicated school bus system? All if you not have no pitney, that is something you should have welcome. Because I can recall hearing senior citizens complaining that the way all these students carry on in the buses is atrocious. So if he's even forget out of them space, out of them ear, everybody should be happy. And I want a PMP right now watching, because me know how to monitor this show, On just not brave enough to comment or call, but me know how to monitor the show. And listen, when I listen and cut off, when I want cut off. I know such a coward, I can't even post my video them and say what I say. I one Darrell Vaz, not two. Yeah. Tell me which mother or a mother of four that can say, listen, it's 2,000 that gonna cost me for a week. And then what the PMP tried to do is trying to throw out some little cotton candy. Oh Lord, thank you for that expression, because that is not of me. Because you know, say cotton candy, you can't keep it as long as you want, as long as you don't pull it back, Don't it? Cotton candy, and it can't stay no long time, but it stays longer if you don't open the bag. But after you open the bag, what happen? With cotton candy. You remember cotton candy? So the opposition came with their cotton candy sweetener to say we are going to give the family XYZ amount to cover. So even that, they make it sound like, God, them think people that fall for that, put money in a people and for pay a taxi. Minister Vaz say $100, $50 one way. And something else that I want to add to that, because I was talking about this PMP operative that I've been trolling and exposing his BS. He was one of them who was champion for Portland to get a school bus. He even told Minister Vaz to send a JUTC bus to Portland. And I got these talking points from him, which I can say I support. I think it was unfair that the entire Jamaica was subsidizing or have been subsidizing the JUTC. But it's only town people benefit. See, update. And children are still riding free, come to think of it. So yes. So on a tabo sweetener, you can imagine how nice them people will say, yes, man, we want a school bus. And when the minister say, we are going to run it for the first month free and then the second month free. And yes. And chances are, with the whole Melissa thing, I see that the commencing of the new school term, the new year, we're going to see no fares as well. Just like no new taxes, no fares for our children. Yeah. And they were talking, and I don't want to sound political, but just analyze this with me. Tell me one time that you hear the PNP come out and support something that the Jamaican people say is good for us. You want to talk about JPS? Let's talk about it. By granting, and I hear them saying, because them say no, 150 million US sound too little bit. So 24 billion Jamaican dollar like that would have made no difference. Hello, we know maths. And most of us talk in US, even if we're living in Jamaica. Although that has changed, because I remember one time when them did in a power and the dollar went just a slide. And every minute it for the last 2 terms, this is the most we have seen the dollar being stable. Yes. So look at it. 2 talking points we could not hear from the PNP for the last election. One was crime. They weren't campaigning on crime. And to be fair, which we were in a crisis at the time. Remember that 2015, 2016 election, Andrew Holness was campaigning on crime. Yeah. PMP could not mention nothing about crime the last election campaign. Another talking point that both parties used to use is the economy. And talk about, oh, the dollar just a slide and a Lego and a dollar wine and all of these things. Sister, them couldn't bring that up. They could not. So The government decided that they were going to not fall for JPS trickery because them tell me much time on live the other day that JPS did not ask for no loan. JPS didn't. What JPS wanted was an extension. That is what they wanted. They didn't want no loan. But you see, when you have people playing checkers or draft, as we say in Jamaica, and you have somebody playing chess, two different thinking, two different mindsets. So the government said, listen, if we give them the 24 billion, are we still looking at restoration for July of 2026? And they said, no, that would speed up. So we're looking at end of January, early February. And the government say, yes, let's do that. And when I hear I'm not calling nobody name. When I hear the leader of the opposition and his minions putting it in a form of question, because this is the talking point from the PNP talk show hosts and vloggers. Nobody with sense would be against the restoration to be as speedy as possible. No. In fact, we're not against JPS getting the money either. We're just asking for transparency. So we want to know, where would JPS get the balance to restore? And they made it sound as if it's like, how should I put it? Grocery shopping. So when you go to the grocery store, if you say you want 10,000 water goods, you have to have the whole of the money to get it. Kind of consignment now run. No, that wasn't the case. The minister mentioned it again. The minister mentioned it to say, we are going to speed up this money, 75 per month, December into January. So it was the case where JPS themselves say, if we make us get back lights by the ending of January, we would need 350. No, that wasn't the case. But I tell you, the PMP have this method that they create the straw men. They create their straw men and then they try to knock it down. Me say, see a question here? Cat say, why they didn't ask? No, they weren't interested in that. No, man, they're not interested in that. And I'm saying, even that, if you want to be difficult, the minister said, this is what we are going to do, and this is going to get us this way. If you have those questions, who PMP did for ask, won't I get the rest of the money from? But I said it, and I'm going to repeat it. What I learned about opposition, you see, if you can rile up your people and turn up the misery index, that is going to act in your favor. Now, me tell you, say, you cannot listen to the people them. I heard one of the, again, I'm going to mention him, the PMP activist that I've been trolling. He has this person that come on his show. And the other day he was saying, listen, I hear people talking about the election just gone. So at least it's another 5 years. No, we don't have to wait 5 years. Because if the people rise up and protest, one out of two things will have to happen. Andrew Holness will have to step down or call a snap election. So let me make a prediction. PMP, get this. September 3rd, 2030. Yeah? So I don't know the date. I don't know the date. September, this is going to be a long, you have one PMP man call on radio station all the while. Everything him says a long hot summer for. Listen, this is going to be a long hot summer for the PNP. You're going to have enough time to fight each other and to decide who you're going to put up to get a political backsliding again from Dr. Holness. Yes. It's going to be a long, hot summer. And that summer is going to last for 5 consecutive years. Yes? Yeah. So I ask it again and I'm going to repeat it. I would like a PMP supporter to prove me wrong and point out one good thing that this administration has done or put forward that you agree with. I hear the man from Portland say, we don't want no urban center. That is not what we want. We want you to dredge the East Harbor. Kathy said, DP, how Jamaica have so much or so many non-well-thinking citizens? PMP got too many votes on September 3rd, 2025. I agree with you. But you see, sometimes people do not accept the facts. And let me share a fact with you. PNP communism is a what do I want to say it? It's like a philosophy. So if you convince people to think a kind of way, and remember that they had a stronghold for years. You understand? So let me share with you what was the PMP plan for September 3rd. Their plan was to rile up all of their supporters because they were still of the opinion that if every PMP vote plus undecided voted for them, because again, Labour right hate when me say it, but this is how I see it. Andrew Holness was wounded by this integrity commission. Every minute you hear something else. And I hear my old people used to say, the longest live and no more or see more. May I tell you this? If the Prime Minister had called the election in at the height of the IC when they reign, where everything they say a gospel, he would have lose. May I ask you, may I tell you that? You know, she said him call the election after it was proven that him not have no 28 bank account. Yeah. Because there were people, which I said this over and over, we don't have enough PNP and JLP for JLP alone. If JLP alone vote, then win the election or PNP vote. I was on a live a couple of weeks ago, and this man started cuss all bad with that for me. Me chat too much and me hug up the thing and where because I mentioned undecided. Me no hear nothing about no what's it not undecided. And this was a Labour rights. I'm not afraid to say it. Because them never go out and vote. I mean, I said, brother, what make you upset? Because Andrew Holness is still the Prime Minister of Jamaica. But that is the fact. That is the reality. There were people who were on the fence. And they were buying into the lies from the PNP and from all of the mark character that the IC did. I blame the middle and upper class. They should have come out and vote for the JLP, but they think they are above the Jamaican people. Yeah, the some people refer to them as sensible middle. Yeah, see there, I get agreement. I like when people agree with me. If you are me like you agree with me, can't tell you that. Yes. So Andrew ride out him storm. Prime Minister Andrew Unless rode out his storm. And of course, he was victorious. And I see they try to twist it to say, no, let me deal with this first. Because I'm telling you something, I left at 10 o'clock tonight, you know. So all the people start comment and call and all of these things. 5 minutes left for them. So I learned a lie yesterday, last night. I learned a lie that has gone to the PNP. The JLP could have changed the contract with the JPS 2011. And I heard a former energy minister with it. Me do good done. Me do one whole show and I call nobody name. One name almost slip out and me curtail it. The man say the JLP could have changed the license, the terms and the license from 2011. I voted for the first time. The IC was why I did my research, which a lot of people don't do. Yeah, thanks for that. So the lie is that JLP could have changed the terms. All of the terms and conditions that the PNP, Energy Minister, Finance Minister, and Prime Minister signed to years before, they're telling a lie now. And I'm on final little thing. And I used to hear this, and it is so well warranted these days. A little knowledge can be dangerous. So all of yesterday, East Portland idiots them say Mr. Sidong Free Cartel and voted for him. Mr. Sidong. I started. So the lie all day yesterday on TikTok, the lie was PNP was saying, and there's something there. I was on one last night and the brother come up wicked, wicked. Pull up JPS 2011 and see if, and when you go scroll down, you go see a PDF file. And open the PDF file. You will see that is a former JLP energy minister sign it. Now again, information is out there and I say this is what PMP is suffering from. The fact that they can tell a lie and be fact checked instantaneously. As the lie drop out of their mouth, if you have the spirit of discernment for the truth, you can know if it is the truth. Because yes, it was signed. And it was basically to formalize what was already in the contract from '07. Another lie that they try to push down their believers' throat is that it's '07 it happened. So that means say a JLP did in power. Now let me educate you now. Portia Simpson was in power until September 3rd, 2007. She called the election for August. I remember I was in New York. And there was some storm, hurricane, something. And they postponed it to the September. And that's when Bruce Golding won, September '07. But again, a little knowledge. So I realized, and my mother used to say it when I was a kid. I remember hearing her saying repeatedly, empty barrel makes the most noise. Check out all like TikTok live them now, you see. Most of the people them where them not give nobody else a time for chat, a time for talk and and whatever and thing. Them loud and them thing and they want what them I said a bunch of nothing. And I have a way where they ask one question, alarm, time done. Them ask one question, and when you try to answer the question, is another question because that's their tactic. Just ask, so cut them off and show them off or whatever. Yeah. So they're trying to get people to believe, and me say me have to respect VG because VG call in one of the idiot them, said him invite and say, come man, come tell about this 2011 and the oldness administration and when could I do. And him read the same foolishness again. And they talk with such level of conviction. Yeah. I know me I hear some labor rights sound convicting. Yeah, man. Now me I hear them. Let me hear them talk. But back in the day, when you hear a comrade talk and the first thing them tell us say, me a comrade. I'm like, comrade, the last time I look up comrade itself is not even a good title to want to have. But yes, me a comrade and Ray and this and that and the days of manly. And manly this and manly that and manly. I mean, as I say, I wonder how Porsche and Peter Phillips and PJ feel. The only time that me I call name just for this purpose. To know that they serve their party, they serve their country, but every time you hear comrade talk, them talk about one dead man, where them just celebrate 102 years birthday. No, sir, would I feel away if I did me. But in closing, I want to say thanks to the Andrew Holness administration. Thanks to the lawmen and women of Jamaica, comprised of the JCF and the JDF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, Jamaica Defense Force. Thank you very much for putting your life on the line. And every one of you is supposed to feel, don't listen to them. When they try to make you feel bad. If police don't have to charge them. Yeah. If them do the unalignment outside of the laws and the remits of the laws, charge them. Me not have a problem with that. But again, I'm saying I prefer that number that I hear PMP talking now. So they're more concerned with the accused who, again, afraid the other man them afraid. That's why them keep themselves quiet. Because that is the narrative they're trying to push now, to say, and I hear a man say it. So what the Prime Minister do, him have the police them analyze innocent youths for create a fear. I mean, I say, who might create a fear, The man them are grown and analyze innocent people. Manley wasn't a good PM. You can't tell no comrade that. As me just saw a while ago. Who you hear them talk about every time when they talk? Yeah. So again, thanks. Not only big up Jamaican in blue. Yeah, man, we support the blue, man. I remember, when was it? Remind me, was it in July? That they had a Monday that they say, because remember, JFJ did run out and about them a protest against the police, And I'm saying to myself, what can we do to kick out JFJ out of Jamaica? Or take off the J that means Jamaica from them. Make it mean something else. Because me think JFJ mean Jamaica for a criminal. So a JFC them for name. Because they are Jamaicans. Oh, you have to be against the police. How? And to top it off, He took all the people from. When I read that. So, last but not least, I want to say thanks to the Jamaican people. I was talking about it on my live on TikTok today because a lot of people don't know this, but Crime Stop is run by privately. It's not government run Crime Stop. And the report is that majority of people who call in the tip line to give tips, telling them where the gun them they were wanted Monday. They say they don't want no reward. So although when you call in and you hear them tell you, say, if your information lead to an arrest, you'll get something, something, something. Most of who call in tell them that we don't want no reward. We just want a safer, crime-free Jamaica. So on behalf of every single person that you saw something or you knew of something and you call the police and you call Crime Stop and all of that, big up on yourself. I said to Soji today on my live, I see where the inform of a dead culture itself is dying out. And that is a very good thing. Yeah, that is dying out and that is a very good thing. We need to rid our country. You can imagine if we were celebrating under 100 for this year, but I'm making a prediction. It's going to be under 300 for 2026. Yeah. Because we know, say, no election now go on next year, and PMP now go in a power. So, yeah, that's that. Again, let me say thank you very much for being a part of my show. I think it was a good year. Still a bit disappointed because thousands of people watch my show and they don't subscribe. And I was begging that I hit the 2,000 mark for Christmas. And it not there. I don't know if nobody subscribe yet. But if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please, I'm not begging you to even hit the notification bell, which I hope you do and I wish you would, but just a subscription. So if you're watching now and you haven't subscribed, I'm begging, 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 begging you. Help me hit that. We still have days to go. Today is what, the 21st? 22nd. We still have days to go, right? And share my video. Ask your friends to subscribe to the channel. And to my TikTok family, may I get for love on you every day. Big up on yourself. So until, if it's the will of the Father, oh, can I go on that Tank Vibes Corner Radio for putting up with my madness? Yeah. I was so proud of the JLP Senator. I Friday. They put the PMP to shame. All right. So thanks to Vibes Corner Radio for giving me the opportunity to be on your radio. Big up, Andrew. And yeah, I know if I've offended you in 2025, I can guarantee you that I'm going to offend you more in 2026. So, like I say, if it's the will of the Father, my wish is for you to enjoy this season, whether you believe in Christmas, yes or no. I think it's the most wonderful time of the year. I was in church yesterday and we played some first time hearing these kind of Christmas songs, and there was just this joy and warmth. So even if you don't believe in it, I've always said, I think it's a time for you to just enjoy yourself. You have worked the whole year hard and tile and all of these things. It's time to just, unwind and then gear up for next year. All right. So until next year, you won't be hearing my voice on YouTube or Vibes Corner live. I think I'm still gonna do some TikTok close out the year because I kind of like it. But yeah, so Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Happy season's greetings if you just do the season thing, and Happy New Year when it comes. See you on the other side. 2026. Hope it's better for me and you and everybody. All right. Until then, I always say if you can be good, please be careful. And that's it. See you. Bye bye. Take care.
Stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habits. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. Yeah, DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, adjust the habit. DP stands for Damian Phillips.